Welcome to the video for Lesson and Quiz 2.18 in Earth Science. The name of this lesson is Mountain Building, and I want to help you get an A+ on this quiz. In this lesson, we're learning about how mountains form due to plate tectonics. Mountains are huge. How did they get there? We will find out in this lesson. First of all, please take a moment to pause the recording and read through the goals or objectives for this lesson. When you're ready, press play. You might want to use, and I suggest that you use, the student guide. It's on page 3 of the lesson introduction. You can use this to take notes on the lesson, to know what to take notes on. Okay, mountain building. How did those big mountains get there? How do mountain ranges and tectonic plates relate to each other? How are mountains built? We're going to learn about that in this lesson. So first of all, when we look at ridges and valleys, these are formed by folding. Tectonic forces cause rocks to fold. When they crash into each other like bumper cars, it causes them to fold. Or plates can make a fault. A fault is a line or a break between two bodies of rock. In science, we call this break a displacement. So make sure you know that a fault, make sure you know a fault is a displacement or a crack in two pieces of rock. So when two continental plates collide, as you can imagine, something pretty wild happens. Two huge plates can converge and cause mountains to form if they're both continental. Have you ever seen valleys and ridges on a map? Valleys are the low points between two hills, and ridges are the high points. How did these form? They form because of folding, uplift, and erosion. Make sure you know that valleys and ridges form from folding, uplift, and erosion. We talked about continental convergence. What if both of the plates are oceanic? For example, the Indian Ocean plate plus the Pacific Ocean plate. What happens there? That is where we get island chains, kind of like the Japanese island chain if it's at a plate boundary. So when plates collide, some type of mountain is formed. It can be an underwater mountain chain, like that seen at oceanic convergence. And the name of these underwater mountain chains, we call them volcanic island arcs. So make sure you know when you get two oceanic plates converging or oceanic convergence, you will get volcanic island arcs. Some examples are Japan, the Philippines, and the Aleutian Islands. Since we've talked about continental, and oceanic, now let's talk about oceanic-continental convergence. Again, this leads to mountains being formed, and this also has volcanoes. Some examples include the California coastal range. This is where the oceanic plate sinks under the continental plate because it is more dense, and it causes magma to come to the surface. And that's where you get volcanoes. So make sure you know that the whole reason all this happens is because of plate tectonics, and the reason we have plate tectonics is because of convection in the Earth, because the Earth's core is very hot, and this leads to convection, which leads to plates moving. Make sure you know the difference between continental convergence, continental oceanic, and oceanic. Oceanic, remember that causes volcanic island arcs to be formed. You get a fault as a displacement between two bodies of rock. And lastly, ridges and valleys are formed from folding, uplift, and erosion. Good luck on your quiz.